All right, let's now come back to issues that has to do with the 2014 World Cup. And as yesterday we rightly started here, myself and Gary Al Smith, who joins me in the studio this afternoon to continue the breakdown of the 2014 budget for the Black Stars and the management committee and a whole lot. But Gary, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
We didn't really finish, but today we'll be rolling it up for viewers to see the breakdown of the budget. But the president of the Ghana Football Association yesterday in an interview with our sports desk did rightly states that these are, projections. They are not the the final thing that they're really coming up with. It's going to come up soon, then we will be talking about it.
But that's a surprise then. I mean, if that's really what he said, because as at a month ago, it was at the budget stage, and what came from the Flagstaff House and was signed by the Ministry of Information, the Minister in charge of Information at the presidency, explicitly said that that was the money that had been allocated to the Ghana Football Association for the World Cup. So that's a bit surprising to me. However, those are the figures we have, and those are what we will work with. They are not projections. Those are concrete sums that are going to be used for the World Cup.
Okay, so if it's ready, let's quickly start with projecting it. If we've got the breakdown of the 2014 FIFA World Cup budget, let's now see the overview. The participation fee is $1.5 million, Gary.
Yeah, so what we are seeing essentially, what the Minister of Sports said, that was last week at the press conference at the Ministry of Information. So this is what was put out in the public domain, that the participation fee, $1.5 million, the bonus for the qualifying round. So if we get into the qualifying round, we get another $1.8 million for the entire technical team and the playing staff. And then you go to the round of 16, they get an additional $837,000. For the quarterfinals, $1 million. Bonus for semifinals, $1.4. And then you go to the third and fourth place, $1.6. Now, these are the total sums, after which we will see the breakdown in these highlights, which we are seeing right now. We see boarding and lodging for a specific number of people, $131,000. One of the things that has scandalized people has been the laundry for $30,000, per diem allowances for $115,000, and the per diem allowances are for different segments of people, but we have not captured it here. And then there's medicals, $50,000, and protocol, $150,000. So I'm sure there'll be more that we'll be checking out right now. The boarding and lodging, for instance, is for 5 people, and it's $750 each times 35 days.
Wow.
$750 per night for 35 days, which gives you the $115,000.
Now we have the food stuff.
Now we have the food stars for $10,000, complimentary tickets for players. Now, the way this works is that, when you are going to the World Cup or you're going for major competitions, just like if TV3 is hosting a program like Mentor or Celebration, staff will be given some complimentary tickets by virtue of the fact that they work here. So players are going to be given complimentary tickets for certain stages of the World Cup, amounting to what you see there, $31,000. Now, we are going to have 4 scouts for the World Cup, one for Germany, one for the USA, one for Portugal, and another general one. Each of them is going to take a certain amount, but it's all going to amount to $120,000 because each of them will take $30,000 each. Now, the honoraria that we've seen are broken into several components, but I just put that in one lump sum for us to see, because the honoraria is made up of one for the media officer. Ibrahim Sanidara will get $12,000. There'll be one for a protocol officer. There'll be another one as well. But if you add all of them, it's going to be $86,000. Now you come to the player bonuses, which a lot of people understand. In the group stage, they earn just about $15,700 at the group stage. The head coach, Kwesi Appiah himself, will get $31,000 for going into the group stage. And then when he gets it to the quarterfinal, he's going to earn a tidy sum of $52,000. So these are some of the highlights of the World Cup budget. But there are other things like, the entertainer of the team going to earn $5,000 and one or two other things that we can't capture here.
I've seen a psychologist in there.
The psychologist is
part of the management.
They are all part of the. No, he's not part of the management team. The management team, I'm sure we are going to see that in the next slide, but he's not part of the management team.
Part of Kwesi Appiah's backroom
staff. Yes, he's part of the backroom staff. So they also have the amounts they are going to get. The management team of the Black Stars are going to earn $15,800 each for the group stage. Then when they go on to the next stage, they have an amount they will earn. And then after that, all the way to the final, this is for the management team. So for each management member, and there are 7 of them, each one gets $15,800 for the group stage. For the 1/16th, $21,000, quarterfinal, $26,000, semi-finals, $31,000, and then for the final, if we get there, hopefully, they bag $36,714 each.
Wow, Gary.
But you see, let's put things in perspective. Okay, to be fair to everybody involved, the World Cup is an expensive venture.
Yeah.
If you want to do well, you have to pour money into it. You have countries like Spain who spent $800,000 at the World Cup in South Africa, you know. But just like the USA are also spending $2 million, and we say that even for those big and powerful nations, they don't spend a lot of money. They have some corporate muscle backing them, and we are a largely government-centered country where everything has to be given by government, and so that is why these sums are explained. And to be fair to the GFA as well, some of these monies, like you see, are just things that have been put down in case they happen. So if we don't get to the final, no member is going to get $36,000. You understand? Whatever it is going to be repatriated back home and put it into the consolidated fund. So probably that is where I may agree with Kwesi Nyantichi when he told your sports desk yesterday that they are just projections, because I mean they have not earned that amount yet. So they are just monies that are put down, and we know what they will earn if Ghana goes that far. So for them and for all of us, if Ghana goes that far, a lot of people are going to be, you know, well remunerated.
Okay, Gary, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for enlightening us on the budget and the breakdown and everything.
Yeah.
We're really grateful for that. I've been speaking with Gary Al-Smith, who is a sports journalist, and we'll be looking at we've been assessing the budget for the 2014 World Cup.